Hey everyone, today we're going to be replacing the passenger side front wheel bearing on a 2008 Chevy Impala. Start by scotching the back wheels and setting the emergency brake so that the car can't go anywhere. Okay, now you want to brake free the lugs. Once you get the lugs broke free, now you need to jack up the car. Now you want to make sure you do not get underneath the car until you have it sitting on jack stands, because the only thing that holds up a jack is just a little small oil ring, and you don't want your life to be in the hands of a small rubber. Now I'm going to use the tire as my stand. Alright, now we're going to set it down on the tire using these two boards. Alright, now that it's safe, we can start to work on it. Remember, do not get underneath one until you have a jack stand set or something of a set, some way for the car not to be sitting on the, or the weight of the car to be sitting on the jack. Alright, on this model we have to decompress the brakes and pull them off for a minute. And the way I like to do that is using a screwdriver. I carefully pry the rotor, which in turn pries the brake drum back in. And if I was changing the brakes, I wouldn't be afraid of just sticking in there and grabbing it however it fits, but I don't want to hurt my brakes, so I'm going to do my best to compress the caliper without hurting the brakes any. Okay, I'm going to loosen my slider bolts up some to give me a little bit more room to decompress the brakes. You just want to take your time and allow the fluid to go back to the reservoir. Alright, since we're not actually replacing the brakes this time around, at least I don't believe we are, we're just gonna take the caliper off, set it out of the way, and then put the brakes back together later. I don't want to lose those bolts. Okay, and then carefully set that back there. And now take your brakes out. Remembering which side came off which. Ha! Well, I forgot to take the axle nut off. So if you forget to take your axle nut off, real simple, we're just going to put the tire back on, put a couple lug nuts on it, take our axle nut off, and then take the tire back off. So that's not a bad job. I just was focused on the camera, not the job. I'll show you how this is an easy fix. Alright, jack it back up. Just get it up off that tire. Okay, now we're only going to put just a couple lugs on because we just got to take that axle nut off. Alright, set the weight back on the ground so that the wheel, make sure the wheel don't spin Now we gotta take that axle nut off.